Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Bahara. Alright, Yahweh being the Heavenly Father's name, Ba'ashem, which means through the name, Yahushai being the one who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, and Rakakudash meaning Spirit Holy. Alright, I came across this tweet on Twitter, and, through my perception of this video, I see more confusion of faces, like waking up and seeing that they're not like Edomites, alright? Because this is a tweet from Pat McAfee, and I couldn't find it on YouTube, so you probably won't find it on YouTube, but Pat McAfee, a little background on him. He was like a All-American kicker in high school, All-American kicker in college, and he went to the Pro Bowl a few times in the NFL. And his last name is McAfee, which sounds very Irish, so he's most likely a Benjaminite, from the tribe of Benjamin. But he Israelite, just like Conor McGregor. Alright, you get those last names with Mick or O. A lot of that shit is Northern Ireland, alright? Northern Ireland is most likely Jake. Southern Ireland is, you might, that's where Edomites get mixed into it. I mean, there's a mixing all over. But I'm gonna play this. I'm just gonna play this and go through the spirit after it.
I would like people to know out there that there is a particular breed of white humans that other white humans won't fuck with either. Okay? Like this lady that was yelling about this 8-year-old selling water without a permit.
Yeah, and illegally selling water without a permit? Yeah.
On my property.
I saw a lot of my African American friends tweeting like, white people do this, white people do that. That's a breed of white people that a lot of white people don't want to mess with either. I do not want to get thrown into the same white Caucasian boat as that piece of shit woman. I just would like that.
You talking about Permit Patty?
Yeah, Permit Patty. Yeah. And I don't like that my name's even almost there.
Yeah, and he said there's a different breed of white people. He didn't acknowledge that they're the same race. All right, he said that they're a different breed of white people. He said, I don't want to be in the same Caucasian group as that bitch that called the police on a black 8-year-old. Like, he was like, yeah, that's fucked up. Like she ain't really doing anything. Like, because that's how Esau is, it just has that born hatred for Jacob. All right. But I'm gonna get that in Genesis. All right. Slakia. Genesis 25 and 23. Alright, and it reads, And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2... Well, I'll start up a bit. Slakia. I'll start at 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife, because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived. Alright, so Rebekah was pregnant. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, If it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. Alright, and the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. Alright, so you got, Rebekah conceived of 2 children, and they're fighting in the womb, just right off the bat. Alright? They couldn't stand being in the same womb. Alright? 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. Alright, so you got 2 manner of people, two complete polar opposites. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. Alright? And, you read on. I'll keep reading. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there was twins in her womb. Alright? And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. Alright, so that's the older. Alright? That's Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter and a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Alright, so that just goes to show how different Jacob and Esau were. They're constantly fighting, and Esau was more of like a beast-like hunter in the field, and Jacob was just like chilling inside tents or whatever, like setting up a little hammock in between two trees, just set up shop and throw a pole in the water. That's Jacob, not really harming anything, just a little catch and release, or you might catch something, go home and cook it that day. Alright? And that's what a lot of the Irish did when they came over, that's why the English looked down upon the Irish, is because they never settled a land, they never settled the land that they told them to settle in. They're kind of rebellious against them, and they never built up colleges or major buildings. They just lived off the land, kind of. So that just goes to show you how the difference between Jacob and Esau. Jacob just wants to chill. Esau is like a beast in the field. He's like a beast-like hunter. Now, don't get me wrong, Jacob will hunt, especially a lot of these redneck Jakes in the South. Yeah, they hunt, but it's a different kind of hunting they do. Let's see. Another example. This is a confusion of face, talking about how he went hunting. Alright? And you'll see, what his take on hunting is. Compared to what you see, the Edomite hunters, they'll go and kill random beasts and stuff. But check this out.
You walk out in the woods and the sun hasn't come up yet, and you just sit in a spot, and your preparation has told you that this is the right spot, and the sun comes up, and you are in camouflage. Nothing knows you're there. Nothing can smell you. The wind's in your face. You're a voyeur to the world waking up, and the wilderness waking up around you in a way that no one gets to see it when they drive their car down the road because they've disturbed it. You've snuck in, and you're just opening up a window to what if a tree fell in the woods and didn't make a sound, you'd be there to witness it, because nobody's there. You're not even there. And then, the sun comes up, the last stars in the sky go away, and the whole world comes alive. And most of the time you don't get anything, and it's not about the kill, it's just about the journey of being there and the work.
I sense that it was more than bloodlust. That's why I appreciate you sharing this much, because I've never heard it articulated like that, and that's pretty fucking spectacular, if not romantic, in terms of a singular mission and adventure.
Yeah. And then thanks. And then there's the inevitable remorse that you feel. I'm not cold-blooded. I don't just kill it and then just not think about it. You go there and you see this animal, this creature that is 5 years old. For 5 years it's been walking around these woods, and you never saw it until today, and then you decided to kill it. And so there's a remorse there. You're like, oh my God, what have I done? And you feel that. but it's combined with all these other. You couldn't boil it down to one emotion. So there is that feeling of that, but then it's gives way almost immediately to just like this grace, this like thankfulness for it, and then you go to work, and then that's when the work starts. You got 600, 700 pounds of meat laying on the forest floor, and it needs to turn into little bags of meat in your freezer, and that's a lot of work there, and then you just lose yourself in that work.
Yeah, man. I mean, Jacob will like poetically describe his hunting. Esau just is like they said, like the other dude said. He said, yeah, I didn't think it was just the bloodthirst, but Esau hunts just because he's bloodthirsty. All right, just because he wants to watch a creature bleed. The shit that he did to the Israelites during slavery. The northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. They fed babies to crocodiles. The Emmett Till. The list goes on, and like shit that you can't even like all take in, like shit that we don't even know about what Esau has done to our people. And Esau is born with that, all right. Let's see. I'm gonna jump to Romans 9. Alright, this is talking about the story of Jacob and Esau. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of God according to the election might stand, not of works, but him that calleth. Alright, so this is talking about predestination. It was predetermined before the creation of the whole foundation, before our spirits were created, that God was going to have an elect few. Alright? Yahweh, through his son Yahushua, is going to have an elect. Alright? Alright, so, like, before they even did anything, so that his election might stand. Alright? It was said unto the elder shall serve the younger. And the elder being Esau, the younger being Jacob. So Esau was created to serve Jacob, alright? As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Alright? So the Most High hates Esau. And Jacob is waking up to realizing who his enemy is. Alright? That's what Satan means is adversary. Opponent. Esau is Satan. Devil just means deceiver. Alright? Because that's all Esau does is lie to people for his own ill-gotten gains. Alright, let's see, but yeah, back to what Pat McAfee said. He said they're a different breed of people, and they are. Because your biblical nationality is determined through your father's lineage. And I've proved that with Numbers 1 and 18. Alright, and it reads, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers. Alright, your pedigree is like your lineage. Alright, after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward by their post. Yeah, because that's what determined your nationality, what was your father's lineage, But Esau, those fake gutter rat Jews over there in Israel, those devils, Satanists, Illuminati, Freemasons, global elitists, whatever you want to call them, they're Edomites, Amalekites, alright? They push that notion that, to be a Jew, it's through your mother's lineage, maternity line, which is off. Because the father carries the seed, alright? If that's where the word sperm comes from. It means seed. You know, you take an apple seed, you can plant it anywhere in the world, it's going to grow an apple tree. Same thing with seeds of men. You take an Israelite seed, you put it in any woman around the world, it's going to grow an Israelite man. You know, it might look a little different, but guess what? That's an Israelite. Alright? Let's see, Alright, I'm gonna get the blue letter for this one. I'm gonna go to the classic confusion of faith scripture. I'm going to the blue letter to make a quick point. Let's see. Okay, it kind of cut me short, so I'm gonna start over. Daniel 9:7. O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as at this day the men of Judah, and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and unto all Israel, that are near and that are far off, through all the countries whither thou hast driven them, because that's part of the curses of Deuteronomy 28, the 28th chapter. Because of their trespass, you know, the curses came upon us because we trespassed against the commandments of the Most High, that they have trespassed against thee, you know. So, I mean, you know, if you read the second part to the contract in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, it lists a whole bunch of curses that will come upon all of Israel, and one of those is being scattered throughout the whole world. Now, when you're scattered throughout the whole world, guess what you're going to do? You know, you're going to have sex with the women around you, alright? So that you can leave your lineage, carry on your family, so you can reproduce. Alright? So, with that being said, you know, you're gonna deal with women that don't necessarily look like you, look like they're from the same nation. Alright? O Lord, to us belongeth confusion of face, to our kings, to our princes, to our fathers, because we have sinned against thee. Alright? Now, confusion of face, I'm going to get that word. Confusion of face. Alright? Shameful thing. Alright? Ashamed, confusion, greatly, put to shame, a shameful thing. Alright? Because it's a shameful thing for you to look like a heathen, alright? But on a more spiritual level, it's a shameful thing to act like heathens. Alright? Alright, I'm gonna jump to 1 Corinthians. Let's see, 12:2. Alright, and it reads, Ye know that ye were Gentiles carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led. Alright, because everybody that came into this, before coming into the truth, we were acting like Gentiles. Alright? You know, we were worshiping false gods, you know, whether it be Muslim, Christianity, you know, whatever it was. Whatever you were following is, you know, they're dumb idols. If it's not the name of Yahweh through his son, Yahweh Shai, hey, it's a dumb idol and you're acting like a Gentile. You got to come out of that Gentile state of mind. Alright? And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's, you're shamefaced right now. You know, it's a shameful thing to act like the heathens. More so than look like the heathens. Alright? But with that, I hope this video was edifying. But keep pushing, because, you know, the confusion of faces out there, that they're waking up to the fact that they're not like these other heathens. You know, they're starting to catch on that they behave a different way. Alright, I'm gonna actually, I gotta get this one. Another classic. Alright, Romans 8:16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of God, of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Alright? You know, so I mean, hey, their spirit beareth witness with our spirit, which means we behave the same way. You know, that McAfee kicker or whatever, you know, he was saying, like, you know, that he had African American friends, alright? Negro friends. Because his spirit beareth witness with their spirit. And he was like, yo, I want to make it known that there are Caucasians that white people don't even fuck with. Alright? That's because there's a different spirit dwelling within those two different white people. Alright? You know, and I'll get this last one. Romans 10:2. For I bear them record that, or I'll start at 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved. You know, once again, Bible is only for the Israelites. You know, this is Paul directing this message to Israel that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. Which means Israelites, they got this zeal, this like their consciousness or whatever deep down inside them, their spirit, you know, that flame within them, whatever you want to call it. It burns for a higher power. Alright? You know, they might not even believe in a God necessarily, but whatever they're into, that's what it like pushes, like that's, you'll notice it, alright? If money is their God, you know, they're going to be all about motivational speeches on how to make the most money. All about the grind, all about the hustle, you know, this, that, and the third. And you'll see it. They got that zeal, but it's not according to knowledge, because they don't know who their true power is. Alright? And that's why the hopeful elect men are out on the highways and byways, so that the 1/3 of Israel, according to Zechariah the 13th chapter, and the elect of Israel, talked about in Revelation the 7th chapter, can be woken up, so that we can all go home, so that they can come to the knowledge. So the covenant in Jeremiah the 31st chapter will that new covenant will be established. You know, that's the whole duty of man, basically, for lack of better words. Alright? Now with that, I hope this video is edifying, and till next time, shalom.